क्या आप आईएएस की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के StudyIQ के पेनड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप आईएएस की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें studyiq.com।
Hello and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Prashant Mavani. I hope you all are doing good. Let's see what we have got in the PIB of 8th and 9th August. The first item that we have is pertaining to election of Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Now, dear friends, a couple of days ago we were talking about Chairman of Rajya Sabha, and I'm sure you remember this thing that whenever a person becomes Vice President of our country, he or she automatically becomes Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Now, of course, you can understand that a person who is Vice President, he or she has to look after, this Vice President Secretariat as well. Apart from that, there are other responsibilities that are there on a Vice President of our country. So, it's not always possible, practically speaking, for a Vice President or a Chairman of Rajya Sabha to be there all the time when the proceeding of House is going on. So, to make sure that everything is going, the show goes on, for that, Constitution has created this constitutional post of Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha. There are certain conditions, like you have to be a member of Rajya Sabha if you want to get elected as a Deputy Chairman. And here we can see that elections are going to take place for this post. NDA candidate is Harivansh. He is a MP representing Bihar, and basically he is from this Janata Dal United Party. And then you have one more candidate. His name is BK Hariprasad, and he is being fielded by Congress. As per the Secretariat update, or this PIB update, the first hour of tomorrow's session will be dedicated for this election, and it will be conducted with the help of voice vote. But just in case, if there is any sort of confusion, then this normal ballot box proper voting can be deployed as well. One more thing that I would like to add here is that at present, the current strength of our Rajya Sabha is 244, and you need what? 50% vote to win this particular post. So you will require a support of 123 members, right, to win this particular post of Rajya Sabha. And at present, BJP is the largest party. It has got 73 members, and Congress has got 50 members. This post has been lying vacant since the retirement of Professor P.J. Kurian, who was, of course, Deputy Chairman of our Rajya Sabha. With this, dear friends, if you want to download the PDF of today's lecture, you will get it from my Facebook page and Twitter handle. And I have a good news for you. Good news is that our pen drive and tablet courses are, of course, available for your preparation. But at present, we are giving up to 50% discount. This is a way of celebrating Raksha Bandhan. This is going to last till 27th August only. So make sure you make the most out of this discount. And the second item that we have is coming from Ministry of State for Minister of State for Personnel. And of course, this is a ministry as well. Dr. Jitendra Singh, who looks after other ministries, he's also a Minister of State for Personnel. Now, he has clarified this thing via a written reply to a question in the Lok Sabha, that this RTI, that is right to information, is something that is, these rights are given only to resident citizens of our country. Non-resident Indians are not eligible for RTI. Apart from that, he has also clarified this thing that online applications are available at present. You can apply online if you are seeking for a particular information. There are systems of 2,200 public authorities, right? From where you can get, you can receive, you can process, reply, and all these things can take place. You can pay your this mandatory fee that you have to pay for this request. You can pay it online as well. So it's, of course, it's very convenient in today's era. With this, I have a question for you guys. Can you give me the name of the president of our country who signed this RTI Act? Give me the name and make sure you stick your answer in the comment section of this video. We have a very important topic in front of our screen. It is associated with this penal law on adultery. Now, let me explain what adultery is all about. The thing is that the way this whole law is designed, it is, you can term it a draconian law, because say for example you have husband, you have one wife here, and if, say for example, if wife is having extramarital affair with a third party, in this case is a male person, say for example, then if the husband finds out about this extramarital relationship, then this person, this third party, this male person can be jailed, right? But nothing will happen with the wife, even though this relationship was something that was going on with the help of, or you can say based on the consent of both these adult individuals. Now, the way or the reason why this particular law is draconian is because if the husband in this case is having extramarital affair with a lady or with a female, who is of course a third party as far as this husband and wife is concerned, then if the wife finds out about this thing, then nothing will happen to husband. In terms of law, a wife cannot file a complaint. So here you can see that this law is tilted in favor of husband. The other thing is, in this case, in this scenario, if the husband gives a sort of consent that if husband is not having any sort of problem, then nothing will happen with this third party. But even if wife is having issue with this third party here, then as well she cannot do anything as far as this legal side is concerned. So Government of India was presented by Additional Solicitor General Pinky Anand, and she has concluded her arguments in front of Supreme Court. Supreme Court has decided that it is going to reserve this verdict for time being. That means that in near future Supreme Court will deliver its verdict or stand on this adultery law. As a hint, Supreme Court has earlier asked particular questions, not just one but many questions. Like one question was that one stand taken by government was that the reason why we need this adultery law is because we need to protect the sanctity of marriage as an institution. So Supreme Court said that a particular law cannot, it's not that we have this law, that's why people are not indulging in adultery, right? People don't indulge in adultery because they have something special going on in their marriage, isn't it? And marriage is more about faith, it is more about, trust, and other things are associated. So it's not that if we are going to remove this law, then all of the sudden people will start indulging in this adultery. That's what Supreme Court said, and this is right as well. The second thing is it is again it is biased, as we have seen that how can husband, wife is of course not a product as far as husband is concerned, and so it's not that if husband is happy then wife can have extramarital affair. If husband is not happy then she cannot. So this is again something very weird with this outdated draconian law. One more thing that I would like to add here is that whatever decision Supreme Court, whatever stand Supreme Court will take, one thing is clear, that there are so many laws in our country, they are heavily tilted in favor of men. Now moving on to another item, it is about Commerce and Industry Ministry, and our Minister Suresh Prabhu has launched Niryat Mitra mobile app. Niryat means import export. It is associated with this import export thing, and this app is truly a revolutionary app, particularly for those people who are engaged in this business of import and export, because with the help of this app they would be able to undertake this international trade, information associated with this international trade, and they can go through all these important policies and provisions, and they can also check out this GST applicable rate and incentives if there are any available for exports. They can check tariffs for their products that they are importing. And Mr. Prabhu has also said that digital technology has drastically changed the way we do business in our country. As far as exports are concerned, it is showing a very good sign. It is expanding at a rate of 20%, which is a very good thing. He also said that the government is trying its level best to further increase the ease of doing business in our country. With this, Prime Minister of our country, Sri Narendra Modi, he has reviewed progress of key infrastructure sectors of power, renewable energy, petroleum, natural gas, coal, and mining. A couple of days ago as well, Prime Minister reviewed infrastructure related project, and here you can see that these projects are predominantly associated with this energy sector. Information provided by this PMO office indicates that infrastructure related ministers and officials, as well as Niti Aayog important officials and PMO officials were present, and they briefed Prime Minister about the updates or this progress or the work in progress going on with these various sectors. Prime Minister also urged officials that everything possible should be done so that the solar energy capacity can be expanded, and we have to, Prime Minister has said that we need to look after our poor farmers as well. So we have to make sure that solar pumps and other solar related technologies like solar cooking solutions are provided to our poor farmers. CEO of Niti Aayog has got some important updates for us, or you can say some very important facts, right? The first one is that at present our power generation capacity of our country is 344 gigawatt. This figure is something that is very important for your mains answer writing, so make sure you by heart this figure. The other thing is, as far as energy deficiency is concerned, back in 2014, it was 4%, but this year it is less than 1%. So this indicates that in terms of energy as well, electricity, to be precise, we are getting there slowly. And we have some good schemes going on. We have this Saubhagya initiative. We have Din Dayal Upadhyay initiative. I'm sure you know the difference between this thing, because special topics were provided to you. If you are regular students, then you know that Saubhagya is associated with door-to-door electricity, and this Din Dayal Upadhyay Yojana is associated with electricity connection at village level. World Bank issues or releases this ease of getting electricity index. Remember this information as well, very important. So this ease of getting electricity index, back in 2014 our rank was 99th, but this year we are at 26th rank, which is again a big jump. Finance world has got very good news for all those people who are a stakeholder in share market. Benchmarks, domestic stocks today rallied to fresh lifetime high. If you see this stock exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange or Nifty, then it has touched 37,888 and 11,450 points respectively. And this happened because of good news coming from IMF. IMF, International Monetary Fund, has recently said that India is going to be a main source of, it's going to work as an engine of global growth. So this has, created this big hope for our country, and, sentiments of people are a bit high as far as they are a bit good as far as investment in India is concerned, or growth of India is concerned. And this has also, had its positive impact on this rupee. Rupee appreciated today, and it was also good for this this gold market. Gold, because we import, most of the gold is imported in our country, so price of gold going down is good for the people who are importing this item. Now, Social Justice and Empowerment Ministry has got a small update. We have talked about this thing earlier on as well, so I'm not going into detail. Just want to update you guys that the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Amendment Bill 2018 has been passed from the Rajya Sabha as well. It has already been passed from Lok Sabha, and the main reason why it is in news is because amendments, after this decision of Supreme Court, it was felt that some items or some provisions were diluted, but now it has been restored. With this, it was also alleged by opposition parties that government has introduced this, or government has decided to introduce this law because government was working under pressure. But our minister has clarified this thing, that when Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government came in, the government promised that it is going to work for the poor, for this downtrodden section of our society. At that point of time, government was not under any pressure, and even today government is not under any pressure. This thing has been clarified by our minister. Big news for sports and all those athletes and all those sportswomen and sportsmen. associated with any sort of sports in our country. We are going to have first of its kind National Sports University in Manipur, because National Sports University Bill 2018 has been passed from the Rajya Sabha. It was already passed from Lok Sabha last week. So now we are going to see this dream to see so many Olympic medals coming into our country. And dear friends, as far as our country is concerned, see, the thing is, we are still, I can say that we are not that much sports aware country. This culture that we live in, education is of course something that is given number one priority, but sports is something that is considered as a waste of time, and this is of course a bad thing. If you are preparing for competitive exam, then this is a personal, you can say, an advice that I would like to give you, that you should play at least. I'm not saying every day, if it's not possible, once a week or something, it depends on your schedule. You should associate yourself with any sort of sports, maybe cricket, football, basketball, volleyball, anything you like, cycling, running. And the reason is, I'm not asking you to take part in Olympics. What I'm asking you is just for your fitness, 15 minutes, 20-minute workout. It will keep you healthy. It will keep your mind healthy as well. And it will have a very positive impact on your examination as well. The other thing is, your energy level will go up in interview. They judge you on your pressure handling skill and your team working skills and all your interpersonal skills. And when you play sport, it basically develops this sort of interpersonal skill as well. You may not realize it, but it does this thing with you. So this is a small word of advice for you guys. And with this, dear friends, we are going to set up this world-class 360-degree sports ecosystem in our country with this National Sports University that is going to be set up in Manipur. Now, our country, we know that we have this traditional branch of medical science, you can say, and this is at present yoga, Ayurveda is something that is showing a good trend all around the world. Of course, in our country as well, we get so many medical tourists coming into our country for meditation and for learning yoga and for other sort of therapies that are associated with this yoga or Ayurveda or Ayush to be precise. So government has passed this bill from Rajya Sabha, and this bill is called Homeopathy Central Council Amendment Bill 2018, and one of the main aim of this bill is to bring accountability and quality as far as this homeopathy education system in our country is concerned. This will also help, as per Minister Shripad Yeso Nayak. He has said that it will help identify bogus colleges running in the name of homeopathy. Government of India is trying its level best. We have a dedicated ministry, and government is trying its level best, and it's committed as far in promoting this Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and homeopathy. Finance Ministry has got a small update for us, and it is associated with GST. 4 bills have been passed from Lok Sabha. These bills are Central Goods and Service Tax Bill, Amendment Bill, of course, integrated, that is IGST Amendment Bill, UTGST Amendment Bill, and Goods and Service Tax Compensation to States Amendment Bill. One of the main role of this bills is that this composition scheme, it's particularly for small businesses. So if your turnover is less than 1.5 crore rupees per year, then you will become part of this, or your business will become part of this composition scheme, and you have some advantages with this composition scheme, that you don't have to file this returns for 3 months, if I'm not wrong. This is the thing, you have to, it gives you this ease of doing business, because if you are running a small business, you don't have that much of human resources, isn't it? Many times it is a one-man show. So imagine that every end of the month you have to file all your returns and everything. So it's a big headache, isn't it? It will diversify your energy in this sort of unproductive, as far as business is concerned, it is not that productive. But as far as this government and economy is concerned, then GST is very important thing. So 3 months time is more than enough for any person. So this is again a way of promoting ease of doing business in our country. Apart from that, Piyush Goyal has said that this GST is a very good example of cooperative federalism of our country, because the way GST Council is designed, you know that you have a central government and then you have representative from all the state governments. And GST collection has been in line with budget aim. It is doing very well. And he has also clarified that IMF has forecasted that India's GDP is going to expand at the rate of 7.5% in next financial year. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has approved the release of pulses to states and union territories at a discounted rate to be utilized for various welfare schemes. Pulses are very important part of diet, of poor people in our country. It is one of the main source of protein intake for poor people, and if the price of pulse is going up, then it will take away that pulse from the plate of that poor person. So it's going to be harmful for his or her kids' development. It will also make him or her weak. And a balanced diet is something that will keep you away from all those diseases. So it is a very important food item, and crisis of pulses can create a sort of panic as well in society. So because of this prices going up and pressure on government and things like that, and we are capable enough, if we have to, then we do import as well pulses from other countries, because not everyone can afford chicken and other sort of non-vegetarian source of protein in our country. With this release of these pulses, this state governments and union territories, they will be able to supply this pulses via their PDS and midday meal schemes. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana has got approval from CCEA, and this approval is for, of course, carrying this Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana beyond this 12th 5-year plan period. And one of the main purpose here is to provide connectivity, road connectivity, to all those hamlets and villages that are not part, or they are not, still even today they are not connected with a proper all-weather road. Union Cabinet has approved changes in Triple Talaq Bill, and it is more about this 3 items, right? The first thing is that if a lady, right, if any husband, right, if he is giving, this instant Triple Talaq, and if he is trying to break the marriage, which is illegal, if you are going with Triple Talaq, then FIR can be filed. And if the lady cannot do it, then a person who is in blood relation with that lady can file that, can file this complaint. The other thing is this complaint can be, it's a compoundable thing. Compoundable basically means that if you say, for example, if husband and wife, if they decide that they want to settle everything now outside the court, if they want to sort it out in civilian environment, then they can get this permission from magistrate. Magistrate will, of course, provide some terms and conditions which both of them have to follow. And the third thing is that magistrate can grant bail after hearing the side of wife. So these are some important changes. Monsoon session is going to end tomorrow, and government is trying its level best to present all possible pending bills, right, so that they can be introduced and they can get a green signal as soon as possible, and then we can see it as a law of a land. Road Transport and Highways Ministry. Road Transport and Highways Ministry has got this important update. I'm sure we all have faced this difficulty that if you forget your driving license, means I'm talking about that. I'm talking about those people who have driving license, right? So if you have a driving license and for whatever reason, if you are not carrying it with you, then earlier on you were supposed to pay a penalty, isn't it? But now government has clarified this thing again, that you can fetch your driving license in this DigiLocker or Parivahan app, and you can show it to traffic police people or traffic police personnel, and they have to, they have to accept this a digital form of driving license or RC or any other certificate in an electronic form, as far as it is been coming from digital platform, digital locker, not digital platform, but DigiLocker or this M-Parivahan mobile app. So it's a big news, good news for, I believe, every one of us. It's going to be a bit easy now. And Home Ministry has got a very sad report for us that due to heavy rainfall, nearly 22 people they have lost their lives in Kerala, and the rivers are at present, they are very, you can say, mad, right? It's too much of rainfall, and on the other side you have this mountain region, and all these things are, all this excessive rainfall has created this sort of flooding in Kerala. And emergency meeting was convened by Chief Minister of Kerala, and they are trying their level best to rescue as many people as they can. Very good news again coming from Ministry of Environment, that Kanchenjunga, the Biosphere Reserve, has become the 11th Biosphere Reserve from our country, to be included in this designated, UNESCO's designated World Network of Biosphere Reserve. We have total 18 Biosphere Reserve, and 7 reserves are being in this domestic reserves. We share some of them with other countries, like say for example this Kanchenjunga, we share a portion of it with Nepal. You can see here Kanchenjunga is one of the highest mountain in the world, 8,598 meters, so not that short when you compare it with Mount Everest. And the good thing about, or this unique speciality of this Kanchenjunga Bioreserve, is that you find the variety or the range that you have, this diversity that you find here. As far as this natural forest is concerned, you find subtropic forest as well, and you find Arctic forest here. So it's a very unique place. It's again unique for medicinal plants are available here. It was already part of this mixed category World Heritage Site in 2016. And with this, dear friends, we have 2 schemes. One is Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. Both of them are associated with life insurance, and 18 lakh people in Madhya Pradesh are under this Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, and 74 lakh people are enrolled under this Suraksha Bima Yojana. So many people, are getting, families particularly. It's a case here of a lady. She lost her husband in a road accident, but because of this scheme, right, she was able to balance her life. And the main purpose of this scheme is, of course, to introduce or to bring this poor and underprivileged sections of our society under this cover of insurance or protection of insurance. And then we have last scheme. It is about soil health card. These schemes are, of course, old schemes, but when I say old, I mean to say that I'm sure you have read about these schemes many a times, but it's a sort of revision. So soil health card is a scheme that's going on in Gujarat since 2003. It's going on around our nation since last 2 years, and one of the main aim here, or the main job, is to provide this this chemical properties or this basic analysis of a type of soil to a particular farmer, so that he can take proper decisions how much inputs or additional inputs will be required, and this will also save us from excessive use of chemicals and other things. So with this, dear friends, I end this lecture here. Please check out StudyIQ.com to find out more about our pen drive and tablet courses. Again, last date for this up to 50% discount is 27th July. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. I am trying my level best to finish this backlog. Tomorrow I will bring next 2 dates PIB for you guys. Till then, enjoy your studies. God bless you all. Jai Hind.